Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lese. I'm gonna try to keep my glare out of my glasses today, but I am here to give you the tea on what it's like being bipolar and in the military. So, let's get started. So what should I talk about first? I was first diagnosed with bipolar disorder type 2 in 2016, 17. 2017, I was diagnosed. At the time, I was going through a lot of traumatic stuff in my life. Um, I'm the type of person that lets everything build up on top of everything. So I was just going through a lot, thinking about a lot. I had broken up with an ex boyfriend, and I didn't really give myself time to heal from that. And then I got married after dating a guy for only like 3 or 4 months. So I really didn't know him long. But let me give you a little bit of the background story on how I found out I was bipolar. So, um, I have been in the military for 3 years now. Would have been 4 on November, but we'll get into that in another video. But basically, I've kind of always known that there was something off about me because I wasn't acting the way that I normally act. Like, I would drink a lot, and I had like these muscle relaxers that I would take just because I wanted to. And I was getting involved with a lot of people, like having a lot of sex with random people. And I knew something was up with that because I'm like, that's not me. That's not what I do. I'm a chill person. I don't really go out like that. I'm not really out here like that. So, I kind of blew it off the first year. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, oh, I'm probably just tripping. It's nothing too concerning. And then I had my first mental breakdown. So, I can't remember what the mental breakdown was about, but I remember I woke up one morning and I literally did not want to go on no more. And I went to work that day, and one of the supervisors that was there was like, let's get you up to mental health, we can get this taken care of. If you're feeling a kind of way, then we got the best help. Yeah, blase, blase. So I went up to mental health. That was the first time I had ever been up to mental health. So there I had like a therapist. They put me in this program and it was great. I felt good. I felt like I got the help that I needed, right? So I did this on and off for like 2 years. Like, I would always feel fine when I got to therapy, but after I stopped therapy, it's like everything would just go back to being the way it was. So it was no real solution. So let's fast forward to 2016. Yeah, 2016. Let's fast forward to 2016. I had just broken up with my ex-boyfriend in July. And I met this guy on Tinder. I'm not going to share his name. We're going to just say his name is Bob. I met Bob in 2016, shortly after I broke up with my boyfriend. And I was convinced myself that, I had gotten over this guy. Now, before my ex-boyfriend, me and my ex-boyfriend had dated for 4 years on and off. We were high school sweethearts. Um, we had a very rocky relationship. And I think that was like the peak of my bipolarness coming out. Now that I think about it, probably was. But yeah, we had a rocky relationship. I won't go into too many details about that. I might do another video on that. But yeah, so fast forward. Um, Dating this guy, we hit it off real well. Chemistry is there, connection is there, and I'm like, I'm really feeling this dude. So we go on a couple more days. He come to my place, we hang out a little bit, and next thing you know, a couple months later, we talking about let's just get married. And I'm like, okay, why not? I don't see nothing wrong with it. But something in the back of my mind was like, girl, don't do it. Don't do it. You don't know this man. You shouldn't be getting married to this man. But I ain't listened to that little voice. I really should have listened to that little voice. But, oh well. So, my marriage probably was a sham. Because I truly feel that I did not love that man. I honestly feel like I was in lust with him. And the lust is what kept our marriage going. So, yeah. I wouldn't really call it love. I wasn't in love with him, even though I would say, I'm in love with you. But now that I think about it, I probably wasn't in love with that man. I was more in lust with that man. But our marriage was very abusive. Um, we had gotten into arguments literally a day before we were supposed to go and get married. We had gotten into this argument. I was sitting outside and he was sitting inside, and we had gotten into this argument. And so I get mad. I come inside. I like push the door open. I come inside and I'm like, forget this. I won't talk to you no more. Whatever, whatever. And as I'm like pushing my way inside, he pushes me while I'm coming inside. He pushes me on the couch and is like, stop it, you're going crazy. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Dude, get off of me. Like, why are you putting your hands on me? And so I fight him off of me. I'm like, dude, get off me, get off me. And I'm making my way towards the stairs. So I'm trying to get up the stairs, and he pushes me into the wall. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck, dude, get off of me. Like, this is fucking crazy. Don't put your hands on me. So I literally run upstairs, lock myself in the closet. And he comes upstairs and comes in the closet. He's like, what you tripping for? I didn't do nothing to you. And I'm like, dude, just stay away from me. Like, get away from me. Let me take some time to think about this. Like, I knew right then and there that I probably shouldn't have got married to this guy, but my dumb ass did it anyway. So, yeah, that was pretty much our whole marriage. Like, the worst argument I can remember us getting into was, I can't remember what it was about. I can't even remember what that argument was about. But I just remember that I had gotten pushed into the couch and he pinned me down. He was like, I treat you like gold, and you want to act out here like you one of these bitches. I don't treat you like none of these bitches out here. You lucky I'm even wasting my time on you, blase, blase. And I'm just like, I'm so over this shit. Like, this dude is really just destructive. Like, he destroyed everything that I bought. Literally everything that I bought. Like, he destroyed my couches. He destroyed my lamps. He would have destroyed the bed, which I think he did, actually. Yeah. He broke literally everything. He broke the TVs. I'm so glad he didn't break my car. But he is a very destructive man. It was a destructive relationship in general. And let me tell y'all, ladies, if you thinking about getting married and you don't know this dude, don't do it. Don't do it. Give yourself some time. Like, I'm telling y'all, give yourselves at least a year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years before you even think about getting married. Because I'm telling you, it's not worth it. It will end up in divorce. I am currently divorced. I'm so glad that I got out of a relationship, and I consider it a domestic relationship. I feel like I was in a domestic relationship because he put his hands on me. Now, he likes to say that, he didn't punch me in my face or slap me or anything, but I consider that, you were putting your hands on me when I told you not to. So, that's what I got to say about it. Oh, well, so let's fast forward to our 1 year anniversary. So, we made it 1 year. And ironically, he decides to come home, pack his bags, and leave a week after our anniversary. 1 week. Mind you, I did everything for this man. The house, my name. His car, I co-signed for. Most of the clothes on his back, I bought. It's just very convenient that we made it to a year and you decide that, I won't do this no more. All right. So basically, I feel like you just used me for shelter. Like, you saw opportunity and you took it. And I blindly let you have everything that you wanted. Here I am thinking that I'm inspiring you to be a better man, but you're just using me to your game. So, after all that happened, that was like the icing on top of the cake. Like, I could not function anymore. I couldn't believe that this man had used me like this. And, you know, I was ready to end it. Like, I was ready to end it all. I was like, fuck it. I don't care about life no more. You know, ain't no point in me being here. Life is pointless. Life is just really pointless. And so I did actually have an attempted suicide by carbon monoxide poisoning. But I did stop myself. And I checked myself into the hospital the next day. But once I checked myself into the hospital, that's when I learned I was bipolar. Now, let me tell y'all about being in a psychiatric hospital. That shit is like whole nother world. Like, you thought you knew crazy people, but you haven't seen crazy people until you've been in a psychiatric hospital. If you have relatives that work in a psychiatric hospital, they can tell you. They see some crazy shit on the daily. But yeah, I thought I had issues. Nothing compared to what these people have. But I was in a psychiatric hospital for a week, and that's where I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder type 2. Now, bipolar disorder type 2 is where you have more depressive episodes than you do manic episodes. And let me go ahead and explain that to y'all. So basically, the difference between depressive and manic is that when you're having your depressive episodes, you know, you barely want to do anything. You don't want to get out of the bed. For me, I didn't want to shower. I didn't want to get out the bed. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to be around anybody. I wanted to be isolated. I wanted to be in the dark. You know, I didn't want to do absolutely anything. I didn't want to move. That's how bad it was, you know. And then when I did want to move, it really wasn't to do much of anything. I barely ate. I lost 10 pounds. I didn't eat anything. I didn't drink anything. I hadn't slept in days. Now, let me explain manic. So when you're manic, it's like, honestly, it's like the best feeling in the world. It's like the ultimate high, you know. You feel like you can do no wrong. It's like, I don't want to say it's like being on drugs, but it's like being on the best drug out there. But you get this high and you get this creativity and you have like all this creativity flowing and you have all these ideas and you feel like you don't need to sleep. Now, when I was going through all that with my ex-husband, when he left, I was in a manic episode. I didn't sleep for 4 days. 4 days. So I was up thinking, contemplating, like my mind was going a million miles a minute. And I could not shut it off. I knew something was wrong with me. And I knew that I couldn't keep this up much longer. I started seeing shit. I started hearing shit. And it was just ridiculous. So, anybody out there who's been in a psychiatric hospital before, you know what I'm talking about. It's not fun. It makes your illness worse. It makes everything worse. It's like, I felt like I went to hell. I felt like I was being punished for everything that I did. It felt like literal hell. I will never go back to a psychiatric hospital as long as I can prevent it. As long as I take my medication, I'm straight. Never going back. But yeah, y'all, this is real. This is real shit, you know. It's not fun being bipolar. It's not fun being bipolar and being in the military because, you know, the military likes to say, yes, we're for you, you know, we want you to get better. But at the same time, they kind of use that against you. And I'll get into my military career in another video, but it's not fun. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm about to get out of the military really soon here, probably in like the next month or so. So once I get out, I'll share some details about how my life was in the military, how my transition was from being a civilian to a government official. And yeah, y'all, that's what it's like being bipolar. It's not fun. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, but it's something that I have to learn how to deal with. You know, I have to manage it on a daily basis. So I have a therapist that I see. I have a psychiatrist that I see. And basically they just find a balance on how to balance me out. And that's pretty much all that's to it, y'all. So yeah, if y'all have any questions, y'all want me to talk about anything else about being bipolar, go ahead, feel free to drop the comments. Please like and subscribe, y'all, and I will be back with more videos.